Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So where we're at right now on the 65 Mustang is we're basically at paint ready for the most part. I've got to do a few things just to get it like fully ready for painting, and then we're gonna go ahead and lay down our base coat and clear coat. Only problem is that today, of all days, this is painting day, and I've been waiting for a while for the weather and everything because I have a garage set up, no ventilation, whatnot. It's like insane gusts of wind today, so not good. It's like crazy wind. We've got Santa Ana's blowing in. It's nuts here. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do as far as like the amount of dust that's probably gonna kick up, and I'm painting a dark color, so that's probably not gonna work. So I may have to like crack the garage door, blow fans out to try and like pull some of the air out, or pull some of the fumes out and whatnot while I'm painting. We'll give it a go and see how it, works out. Also, a little bit of bad news. The other day, I was pulling the masking off the engine bay here because I'm gonna remask everything before we paint. I decided to run the compression test again because I had low compression, if y'all can remember, on this side of the motor. Cylinders 1 and 4 had low compression, and I was like, you know what? Let's do a test here. Let's squirt a little bit of oil into the cylinder and see if the compression bumps up. So that way we can tell if it's the piston rings or if it's like a head gasket or, valve, lifters, whatnot. I didn't know. So I ended up squirting a little bit of oil in there, and unfortunately for me, the pressure of the piston kicked back up. So we had it went from 59, 60 to 90 something PSI. So that tells me worn out rings probably for the pistons and those cylinders. Unfortunately, it sucks because the rest of the motor is really good. I mean, I'm getting 150 to 160 PSI on this side, and then not great on this side. It sucks because this one looks really good and I spent a lot of time on it, but didn't rebuild it internally. You guys know all what I did to it, but yeah, so that's kind of where we are with this guy. Anyways, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start. I hit a few spots with a little bit of primer where I sanded through, and so what I'm gonna do is take a red Scotch-Brite, make sure I've got those good and scuffed up that are on the car. I also, come out into the crazy wind with me. I also hit these as well, and they need to be scuffed up so that they're ready for paint. Just the bezels, the headlight, areas or whatever. So I gotta scuff all that up. Yeah, and then we should be good to go to do the color base after everything's masked. Here's what we got. I got all the paints here. Ended up getting everything for about, I don't know, $500 to $600, and got my color base and my clear coat. Did the Euro Clear. The Euro Clear was actually cheaper than the other regular standard clear. Here's the color we're going with. We got you can't see it there, but I did a Caspian blue, which is an original Ford color, 1965, 64 and a half, 65 Ford Mustang color, and it's Caspian blue metallic. I'll take it out here if you guys can see it in the sunny sun. And it's a dark blue metallic. Jeez Louise. Cool. So much wind that it knocked over my seat onto the car. I'm gonna get this thing closed because, oh no. Oh man. That sucks. The seat just knocked over from the wind, and it left a little nick in my paint. Oh my god. Okay, this is stupid. What I did is I got the shop line, PPG shop line, mixed up at a local paint shop, and then I got the reducer with it, medium reducer. Also got the Euro Clear as well, plus the hardener. They gave me a ton of paint sticks, this whole box. It's craziness. They gave me a ton of filters here, which is awesome. This was like $9, some solvent prep, because I'm pretty much out. I only got this much left. So yeah, but right now, let's get everything masked up, kind of finish sanding everything down so we can get ready to paint. All right. If it looks like I'm going to the moon, it's because I am. No. This is my painting suit and my respirator situation. So what we've got is we've basically dextered out the whole garage here. Lots of sheeting everywhere. I taped off everything around the car, hit it with some sim prep, and then now I've got a fresh cheesecloth that's been sitting out for a little bit, and I've got my compressed air, and I'm just basically getting everything cleaned up. I got some fans going in here that go outside. Yeah, we're gonna start with our color coat. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump on in, I guess. Wish me luck, everybody. Hopefully it turns out okay. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see, I guess, won't we? Only time will tell. Alright y'all, so, ooh, the sky looks nice behind me, but I just finished laying down the color base coat, and now I've got a 24-hour cure time period. So being that the moisture's kind of gone up now, it's nighttime, all that good stuff, I'm gonna hit the rest of it with clear in the morning. So I'll clear it tomorrow morning. That way it's, you know, then it won't have been 24 hours, so it should be good. But yeah, sorry, wearing this neck brace because I have a herniated disc and bulging discs in my neck from doing all this junk. And that's better. But geez, not good. So anyways, real quick, because my battery's about to die. Don't even know how much of that you could see when I was painting, but I did 2 really good coats. Then some of the spots I did 3-ish. I would say more. It was like a thick drop coat. Alright y'all, so apologies if it's a little loud in here. I got the fans blowing just because it's a little fumey. It's the next morning, bright and early. Came out to the garage just to check everything over, because basically last night what we ran into is with like daylight savings and stuff, it started to get really dark. Humidity started to come up, and I didn't want to be spraying in the dark and humidity just because I couldn't see what I was doing. Also didn't want everything laying down weird. So where we are is I'm pretty much done with all the paint. Everything looks good, so I'm happy with the way everything turned out. Pretty uniform overall, which is really, really good. Only spot is I came out and I kind of picked at a little flake, I guess, that had popped off onto here. And yeah, it was, I guess it popped off onto the primer. So got to touch that spot up down there on the rear quarter panel. Otherwise, I'm just gonna hit everything with the tack rag, make sure it's all wiped down good and clean, because I have 24 hours to apply the clear coat. So that's why I'm doing it bright and early this morning, because at 1:00 p.m. today is when it would be 24 hours. Then it's too late. Then you got to scuff everything and you got to put down more base before you drop down the clear. Everything looks good. We're all uniform. Loving the way the color turned out. A few things over here, because they were flipped and I didn't have them hanging, is I only was able to do the back side of these pieces last night. So I did the back side of that, the underside of that. I got pretty much most of this, except for the top part of this right here. Didn't get full coverage on some of these, so I flipped them, ready to go. And we're gonna paint those blue, match everything. And then once everything's dry, which should take, I don't know, 20 minutes in this weather, because it's still cool outside right now, you know, then I can go over everything with a clear coat. And I'll probably we'll do 2 full coats of clear and see where we sit. So yeah, I'm gonna get suited up, get on all my PPE gear, just staying safe here. Had to wait till about 9 a.m. All right, y'all, so ended up finishing painting yesterday. I am not hating the color, so it's really fuming in here right now. I ended up painting everything yesterday and just kind of wanted to show you and take you through how it looks. It may look more purple on camera, but it's actually really almost like a slate blue. I ended up going with a color called Caspian blue. So what I ended up going with is this Shopline JBPX. It's their color coat, base coat. And I went with a color called Caspian blue, which was a Ford color. But on the PPG code, it actually comes up as midnight blue. So that was kind of funky and hard to figure out for a while. I was like, why is this midnight blue, whatever. But that's just what they call it, is the midnight blue for the PPG, you know, version or whatever it is. After I sprayed that, I ended up going with the Shopline clear coat, which was the JC 7200. It's their Euro clear. It's like a higher quality clear. It was actually cheaper than the lower quality, I guess, which was surprising. So I went with the clear coat for this clear coat with the hardener. So I actually kind of made a big mistake when I was spraying the clear coat. I ended up mixing it from the beginning at 4:1 ratio, and it's actually supposed to be mixed at a 2:1 ratio. So I immediately called the shop that I bought it from, and they were like, no, don't worry about it. You know, it's fine. You know, if it's drying, you're good. Just respray with a 4:1. But here's the thing. So I'm looking things over, and everything looks really good. Like, it's super glossy and shiny. There are imperfections here, which I'm gonna have to sand out. Not a big deal. You know, it feels really nice. Only thing is I sprayed the hood last with a 2:1. Or sorry, no, I sprayed the hood with a 4:1 mix, and I'm noticing. Let's see if I can lighten this up so I can show you. So it's kind of funky here when I sprayed the hood. I don't know if you can see this, but there's all these little specks here, and I don't know if that's from like dry spray. I don't know what's going on. So yeah, I'm gonna have to play around with that. Hopefully that sands out and I can buff it and it does fine. If not, I may have to buy more clear, because I went through everything, and you know, sand it, respray it, but hopefully that's not the case. Everything else came out looking really nice and glossy. The side here, it came out looking really nice and glossy. Feels so smooth, it's great. Same with the top. Everything came out really nice and glossy for that nice, basically on the second coat. I mean, I do have a few spots here So it is a little funky here. If you can see, like there's some dry spray basically. I missed a spot like right in here and ended up going back over. You can see all the dust. I mean, that's just one of the things from spraying in the garage. Then I went back over, and so I'm just gonna have to sand that out, which is fine. You know, yeah, sanding everywhere out, it's not a big deal at all. So yeah, anyways, I guess we'll see if it all sprays out. Hopefully it's just dry spray. But yeah, everything else came out looking really, really good, everybody. So now we begin the process of wet sanding everything, and then after I've wet sanded everything, you know, I'll buff it out. But that's gonna be exciting. Oh my God. I'll probably use my air sander here and go at it with this, especially in the bigger areas, and then stick to just hand sanding in the smaller areas. So actually, for the whole spring, I ended up using this Aero Pro gun, which turned out to be amazing. It was really, really great. It's a low volume, low pressure, you know, situation. And yeah, it was awesome. And it worked really, really well. I'd gotta oil the trigger a little bit, but yeah. And then I used these, you know, PPS universal, you know, paint cups, which were great too. Measured everything out with these, you know, cups, and just kept it super simple, kept my PSI probably around, like, I would say, you know, 20-ish, which seemed to work really well for what I was doing. So yeah, and then I spilled clear everywhere, fantastic. Another new announcement is in the next month, I'm going to be moving to another house with my wife. So we're moving to a bigger place, which is awesome. Gonna have a bigger shop, which is gonna be a game changer. It's not that much bigger. It's probably like 5-6 foot difference on, you know, wide, and then maybe a little bit deeper. So yeah, then it's gonna be so exciting to try and get all of this stuff moved. That's gonna be craziness. It's just mess everywhere from all the Mustang stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing that. So for now, what I'm gonna start doing though, is getting my sanding on. Gotta sand so much. More of it's gonna be sanding on the sides of the body where there's a little bit of orange peel, or, you know, some sags or runs. Like for example, I don't know if you can see that, but I got a little bit of a sag and right in here with a run. And that's just from too much material, not letting it dry. But overall, everything's looking great. And I think it'll buff out really, really nice. Super clean looking. It's gonna be this like grayish slate blue, like I was saying. I'm excited about it, and I think it turned out all right. Don't know why it's looking purple, but ignore the weird purpleness there. Not sure why it looks so purple in this light. Was not going for a purple color. Yeah, you can see like a little bit of a sag right in there, and I'll just, you know, sand that down, buff it out a little bit. Oh, cool. And then love it. That's where I couldn't get the paint gun up in there. Yeah, I mean, you can tell it is what it is. That's a hard spot to get, you know. So that's okay though, because the licensed tag will be covering that. Yeah, everything's looking good. I'm pretty happy with how everything turned out. So, woohoo! Let the hours of buffing commence, I guess. I mean, look at this right here. This turned out fantastic. Everywhere that it sits, you know, flat, besides all of the imperfections in the paint, with the dust, which I will sand out, but everywhere where the paint sits flat just turned out looking incredible. There's like really no orange peel in this stuff. Ignore all this, but it's just so nice and glossy and deep, you know, with the color. Everything just looks fantastic. So I'm pretty excited. Gonna have to sand a lot though. Good times. So thank you guys so much for following along on this crazy journey so far. I appreciate all the support. It's been a long journey. Finally got it in paint, so it feels really, really good to get there and have that done. So stay tuned. Got a lot of cool stuff coming up for this. And then we jump into another build. But also, like I said, moving to a new shop in the next month, so that's gonna be a big one to rearrange and kind of build that out a bit more. That's gonna be super fun. So stick around, can't wait for that. That's a big thing. Gonna have more space to work with. So I really appreciate all your support, and thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to my channel. Be sure to set your bell notifications so you're notified every time I post a new video. All right, y'all. So I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for tuning in.